So value is one of our elements of art, okay, that is really, really important. This is a stepping stone to everything else that you're going to want to do to become whatever scale of artist that you want to become, okay? If you can do this, you can draw pretty much anything, okay? So a value scale, I think you guys were introduced to this in elementary, but I'm not sure everybody maybe mastered it, okay? So it might be review for some of you. But a value scale is what in art we call a graduated tone. It gradually changes, and we're just using a graphite pencil to do this, or a regular pencil. If you have a mechanical pencil, you may struggle a little bit with this. Can you guys see over there? Let me set this down here for a second. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a value scale. As I move my pencil away from me, I am releasing pressure on the paper until I'm just barely skimming the surface to get the lightest value of this gray that I can get. Have you guys done this before? Yeah. Some of you have and some of you haven't. Okay. So a value scale is kind of a persnickety thing. Okay. What we want is a gradual change in color. So I'm going to go back because I had kind of a quick change there, and I'm going to darken that in a little bit. When I go back, you'll notice I'm kind of doing a loop. Okay. A little bit of a loop. So this is a great value scale. I've had 20 years of practice, okay? So you guys need to remember that you are new at this. And yours isn't going to look like mine the first time, and it shouldn't. If it did, you can have my job, okay? All right. Now, a couple of things to think about is the speed that you move at. This is ideal. This is what your goal should be, right? Okay. Sometimes when we make a value scale, we get to going too fast. And even if we release pressure good, we get squiggly lines, zigzag lines. Okay, can you guys see them in there, the gaps? Okay, so that's something we want to correct. Now, some of you may have the habit of just Xing that out and going to a new spot and doing another one. But we're going to practice something called persistence. And persistence is when you continually try to improve. Okay, and there's a really good reason we're going to make this a habit for ourselves. Because in art, if you've been working on a drawing for 2 weeks and you mess something up, do you want to start over? No. You have to know how to fix it. So we're going to learn how to fix these. So if this is a problem that you have when you start to fix this, all you have to do is go over it again. It's a very easy fix. When you go over it again, you're going to try to ask yourself to go a little bit slower. Can you see it improving already? Okay, because I'm getting those spots filled in. I still have to try to let off pressure at the same rate that I did the first time, but I was able to fill all that in. Okay, another problem that you may have is you might make a tornado. Okay, tornadoes in themselves, there's really nothing wrong with a tornado. But our tendency is, as we let off pressure, to get skinnier, okay? And there's not, in essence, anything wrong with making a triangle value scale, but when we start trying to shade things, like cylinders and dogs and cats and things like that, if all of your value shading happens in a triangle like that, it's going to mess up how your drawing looks, okay? So to fix this, if this is a habit that you notice, what I like to do is put a couple little lines here on the side, and then as I go back over it, I'm going to ask myself to go out and touch those lines. After a few tries, you won't have to put those lines in there anymore. You will have learned the habit of taking your lines all the way out to those lines. So that's something to do when you practice, okay? Another issue that you might have is pushing really hard, and then it goes really soft. Okay, so there's not really very much medium in there. All you have to do to fix that is go back in, darken that up a little bit. I'm just pushing a little bit harder. Now you can see it gradually changes. That's still a pretty fast value scale. I could probably move that out a little bit more. But so now when you look at my paper, I have 4 successful value scales instead of a bunch of X outs and ones that didn't work. And I've learned a lot. I've learned to fix my problems. I've learned to raise the quality because we always want our highest quality. This is a pretty easy skill, and this is only going to take us a few minutes to practice this, okay? Once you've practiced this and you've got it, then I want you to try it with a colored pencil, okay? Coloring with this is a lot easier because the pigment in the pencils is a lot softer, okay? You're still gonna push hard and then move up, releasing pressure as you go so that you can get a full value of one color, all the darks and lights of that color. I'm gonna go back and smooth that medium. You want a nice rich medium, and when I say rich, do you guys understand what I mean by the color here? Okay, cool. All right, I want you to try a dark color first, and then try a light color. Light colors are harder.